I've got the best-selling car in the world. It is, of course, a Tesla Model Y, but the Model Y wasn't perfect, and I think it did need a refresh. But this is the new facelifted 2025 version, also known to Tesla geeks as the Juniper. I've got the launch series, costs in excess of £60,000. So we're going to find out what upgrades you get compared to the previous facelift. We're going to find out if it's worth it. If that sounds good to you, and you like new car content like this, hit subscribe, and let's get right to it. So the actual Tesla Model Y has grown slightly, about 1.6 inches in length. Still shares the same wheelbase as the previous gen. They've lowered the front end to make it a bit more aerodynamic. They've stiffened the front suspension as well. It's not a total overhaul, it's still the same platform. The chassis is still the same. I think overall, we're looking about a 20% increase in range across all the new Model Y variants. Quite impressive actually. This is the launch series, so you get some extras. And of course, I've got the dual motor. It's the all-wheel drive at long range. You've also got this huge light bar that wraps around all the front edge. So that's a DRL as well, so your daytime running lights. Now obviously that takes design cues from the brand new Cybercab, but also Tesla's Cybertruck. So if you're in the UK and you did want a Cybertruck, this is probably as close as you're going to get. You also do get a front boot. Still got 117 litres of boot space up front. I really do like the new look. You've got this really nice pronounced front splitter here. You've got the air ducts in there to cool the battery. New front facing cameras, which also has a jet washer and also heats as well, so it's not going to get misted up or frozen. That's addition to the 2 extra cameras, automatic rain sensors underneath the windscreen. So this car is jam-packed full of ADAS systems. So let's have a look at the side profile. There's not too much difference apart from the slope here, and the sort of pillar here is kind of slightly different because you've got that sort of bulging sporty SUV theme rear. I quite like that. You get the side cameras here. You do get electric folding wing mirrors as well, and you get some creases on the side here and some plastic cladding. You've got your charging flap here and the rear privacy glass. It is quite a big car really. These are Michelin Pilot Sport EV tyres, 20-inch alloy wheels. This is where it looks totally different, I feel. This here is a rear taillight. It's about 1.6 metres in length and it wraps around. And this illuminates the Tesla badge. That has to be said about the design. It does look similar, and a lot of people have said it, to the brand new Prius. The back's also enlarged as well. I think that's to help with crumple zones, because apparently pre-facelift it was all one slab, and that's more expensive to change. So now they've added different sections, make the insurance cheaper, but also when coming to replace, you've got the rear camera there. Unfortunately, that doesn't have a jet washer. Plastic rear diffuser, which is bigger. Plaque here because this is the launch edition. Nothing to do with the performance or plaid or anything. You've got this sort of brand new ducktail spoiler. This is meant to help with aerodynamics with the downforce. Now, what is impressive with the Model Ys is the boot space. It is electronic tailgate. Now, Tesla do promise about 850 litres of boot space, but also on the Model Y now you do get folding rear seats, so you can fold them all the way flat. You get this foldable parcel shelf. You can actually fold this down under here, but the space inside is deep, really deep actually. You've got some huge side pockets there to add. What is good with the Y is, remember, you can have this in a 7-seat configuration. They've lowered the bushes on the front suspension to really soak up the impact. You can still hear the impacts, but they're nowhere near as blunt or as loud as they used to be. It's the same damping actually as the new facelift Model 3. It doesn't have adaptive dampers, that's only on the Model 3 Performance, but the refined front suspension does help with overall stability. Yeah, the tyre noise isn't as bad as previous. They've done a really good job. You've got this new acoustic glass here. The suspension in my eyes is still a little firm over bumps. The grip's pretty good. This is the all-wheel drive, so you do get more traction in the front and the rear. But you've got this new steering wheel. It's small actually, but it does feel rather well designed. It's soft vegan leather. You got all your controls on there, it works, but you don't get Apple CarPlay or Android Auto. I spoke to Tesla, one of the reps there, and they just said our system's good enough, and I do agree it is good enough, but for me personally I would prefer Apple CarPlay or Android Auto. So what's the interior like inside the new Model Y? Now remember, I have got the launch series, so the differences aren't huge. I mean, for instance, you get some puddle lighting, you've got some launch series signage around the cabin. It's the same sort of simplistic, minimalistic design layout that you have in all the other Teslas, but The difference this time, I feel, has just been in the attention to detail, and that's something that Tesla's usually kind of falling short of. You've now got the ambient lighting around the cabin as well, which you have on the Model 3. Still got the same stitched leather on the dash, but instead of wood now, you've got these Alcantara suede. Everything just feels a bit more premium. Even in the door cards, you've got this nice soft Alcantara suede. So you've still got Tesla's 15-inch touchscreen, which to me has always been really good and easy to use. So they've brought the indicator stalk back, better cameras. You've got your rear camera now, but also your front-facing camera, which is good. It's a really good quality and definition on the cameras. The only issue is there's no manual controls for your mirrors. Even your glove box, you still have to use the touchscreen. So I'll show you here, your glove box there. You've got the Launch Series logo there, double charging mats there. You've got these drawers now that are soft close, and they're really nice to use. They also cover the cup holders, which is nice. But in the storage, still very deep in here. You only get one USB-C, a 12-volt socket there. The seats have been redesigned, so they're a lot more comfortable. You get heated and ventilated seats for the driver and the passenger, which is good. But on the roof, your full glass panel is now 7 times more reflective against solar energy, so it's not really going to make much difference in the UK, but if you're in hotter countries. But yeah, space in here just feels really nice and airy in the cabin. You can opt for a white interior if you wish, but black is its standard. So what's the space like in the back? And first off, loads of headroom. I'm just near 6'2". Got a lot of leg room here that you can stretch out with because there's no transmission tunnel. There's more thigh support. Different materials there. You've got fabric here with the Alcantara. Still hard plastics here at the back though. You do get a magazine pouch which snaps back. The seats here feel more comfortable as well. Not only do you get an armrest with cup holders, but the rear seats can be folded down. You can control this from either the front touchscreen or the rear touchscreen. And if adults start to get annoyed, they can disable the rear touchscreen as well. Got 2 USB-C ports here. Your fan controls here are all controlled on the touchscreen. You can control the windows manually from the side. They don't go all the way down though. You get touch lighting with a hook here. Hook your coat up. But yeah, now with the Y, having the new design seats, they're a lot more comfortable. You get a bit more lumbar support as well. I felt like in the old Y, it did kind of throw you around a little bit and you would sway. You do get that raised seating position. With all Teslas, you still get your 4-year warranty or 50,000 miles, whichever comes first. And generally, the safety on board the Teslas are really good. You get 5-star NCAP safety rating. But the charging network, I say it time and time again, is just superior compared to other manufacturers. Me personally, I wouldn't buy an electric car if it didn't have a charger at home. But the range on the Teslas have always been outstanding. I think that's down to a more efficient heat pump and also the improved aerodynamics on the car. I still think the steering is a little too quick on the Tesla Model Ys. They have tweaked the ratio on the steering, but for me personally, I still think it's too fast. You don't really get much feel as well within the tyres, but all in all, ride comfort's great. I do think the road noise is so much better. There has been an improvement. I think it's more noticeable at higher speeds. It does have the adaptive cruise control. It's not fully autonomous, but you can use it. It lights up with this sort of Mario Kart rainbow road effect, kind of gimmicky and quirky, and the inside interior just lights up. There's no messing on the regen, it's just 2 modes, reduced or standard. The standard for me is a bit too harsh. With this being the launch edition, is a one-off trim. Comes in the all-wheel drive variant. This has got the extra added acceleration boost. And to be fair, I think that gives you a half a second boost, if that, maybe. 3, 2, 1. Without the acceleration boost, it's 4.8 seconds, so there's hardly anything in it, to be honest. It's fast enough. I don't think you need any more in a family SUV. Me personally, I don't feel the launch trim is enough for the extra nearly 10, 11 grand more. So let's wrap up this video review on the new Model Y. Well, first off, I love the new design. Some people might prefer the style of the previous Y. The improvements are welcome, even though they are quite marginal. So where do I think Tesla could have gone the extra mile with the Model Y? Well, for me, the interior, they could have added the extra stalk on for your gear selector. Again, these are small gripes. Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, heat ventilated seats as standard, but this is only on the top spec model. This is the first edition. Again, just a little gauge here, heads up display, maybe just a tiny one. just showing you speed. I wouldn't say it's enough to potentially run out and go and grab the new facelift if you already own the Model Y. The interior is a lot better. Just some of the tweaks I have got with the Model Y are all minor. I'd definitely say this is more of an evolution than a revolution. The ride quality is still not perfect. However, if you are in the market for a brand new electric SUV, this ticks a hell of a lot of boxes, if not all of them. All in all, I think it's a fantastic choice. But if you did want a Cybertruck, now's the time to get one. But let us know in the comments what you think of the new Tesla Model Y. I want to thank the Tesla UK press team for letting me review the new Model Y. If you have got any more questions or would like to even book a test drive, I'll leave a link in the description below. I've been Jack, thanks for watching, and see you again on the next one on Is It Worth It?